On this episode, I have Nikki Misery. He is the guitarist for the band New Year's Day, one of the raddest dudes I know, and damn, can he punch the shit out of a guitar. It's a sight to see. We talk later about it on the podcast. We also had a great chat about his new project called Stay Miserable Club, quarantine life, his style influences, and a bunch of other shit. So big thanks for him joining me on the podcast. I hope you enjoy the episode. I know I enjoyed catching up with him and shooting the shit. So without further ado, Nikki Misery, let's go.
Okay, hello?
Nikki, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, man? How you living?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
It's another day in wonderful paradise in beautiful Southern California.
Oh, okay.
Besides not being able to leave the house, can't really complain too much.
Where in Southern California are you?
So it's Santa Ana. It's kind of like around Orange, Tustin, Anaheim area.
Oh, okay.
Like about 10 minutes away from Disneyland.
I was never into Disneyland, so I'm not really fazed by that.
But for us in like this area of Southern California, that's how we know like our landmarks. Like how close are you to Disneyland? That's how we tell distance out here.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never one for, the movies and stuff like that, sure, but like rides and all of that, like I never really liked roller coasters and stuff like that. And we have it's something called Great America here. I'm not far from that. And I never got into it. It's like, I know it's,
Really?
at the time. Yeah, when I was younger, like obviously I wasn't having to spend money. It was like my parents, bringing me there or something like that. But I don't know. It was just never for me. So I'm sure some of my friends that absolutely love Disneyland are probably turning this off right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But oddly enough, like I'm kind of the same because like I remember when I was younger, like I went to Six Flags and like the super fast roller coasters, like I'd be all tough in line, and so once we get up, I'd be like, oh, my stomach hurts, I can't ride it. It scared the crap out of me.
What about now? Are you very chill with them? Chill with roller coasters?
Oh yeah. Now I'm fine. Unless it's like it spins and I can't do it, then I actually will get sick.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I could do it, but it's got to be like pristine conditions. It's like I got to make sure I didn't eat anything crazy. If I'm any hungover at all, like
I got to check the brakes on everything, make sure it's all oiled properly.
Yeah, I see one screw loose, man. No game.
That's it. You're going back home.
All right, dude. Well, shit. So not being able to really leave the house, kind of limits what everyone can do. What are you doing to kind of stay busy, stay sane, or, hopefully sane? Or just lose it all. Who cares?
Yeah. I think it kind of ended with sanity. So like, the first week we got back, like we were like on tour in UK and Europe when all this stuff started really hitting. So it was kind of hard to really catch like the seriousness of the situation. And like, I remember like we're getting closer and closer to Italy, and then all of a sudden started hearing Italy shut down. And like, wait, maybe this is real, like maybe something's actually happening. Yeah. And of course, as real as it became, we all were like, we're coming back home. We're like on our way home, heading back towards America. And we actually got home just like the day before they put like the international ban. Ooh. I don't think that's still on anymore, but like, we were happy, like finally get to be with our families. Okay, we're home. We're back in America. We can stay quarantined. We're healthy.
Yeah. Damn.
I think like the first 2 weeks, I don't think I realized it was 2 weeks, but I pretty much just, I think I just like enjoyed my decompression. I just like relaxed. I was like, hey, I don't have to go to work. I don't have to play anything except PlayStation. And I think once I started losing my days, I started like, okay, let's get out of bed and do something today.
What do you?
So,
what's up?
So yeah. So basically, me and our merch guy, lighting guy, USTN Johnny, me and him, we started working on the Stay Miserable line club that we just put out. So it's like starting off with like a t-shirt line.
Yeah,
but we've always wanted to make something more. Yeah. So I started the Stay Miserable Club. It started to be like the personal VIP experience for some of these tours. And then it started to go, then we're doing the shirts. Now we're kind of like wanting to like expand more, like, well, what else can we do? Like, yeah, we're still going to put out shirts and stuff like that, but like this kind of club and like the name, everyone's like really loving the name of the line and stuff like that. So we want to like see what else we can do with this and push it more. So like the past couple of days, we've kind of just been in all good ways, driving ourselves crazy with like, what else can we do? And like just bouncing back these ideas.
Oh, yeah.
So we're working on a lot right now. So it should be really fun. And like, you know, we're keeping up with like a lot of other artists who's doing things right now to see what they're doing, to kind of get influences, but like still like bounce off ideas. So it's not doing the same thing that they're doing.
Of course. And
you know, just.
Yeah, since it's like an ongoing project, and I mean, what are some of those ideas that you guys are brewing up? I mean, if you can say, I mean, if you can't, no problem. I totally get that. But
oh yeah, I can say. So we're starting announcing it soon, but we're going to start doing. And when I say it's like, oh yeah, everyone's doing that. But yeah, we start doing like these live podcasts. I want to try to find not podcasts, but live streams. But what I really want to start doing is bringing like local artists and on thing, and not just like having the same people that like, you know, we tour with all the time, that like you see on like the Warped Tour stages or like in the AP magazines. Like I want to start bringing like, cause I listen to a lot of underground music and very much into like my county scene and stuff like that. And just like punk and ska and goth and metal and rock, like all over. And I want to start getting like these bands and giving them like a platform to be able to be like, hey,
dude, that's it.
Here's a whole new audience that probably wouldn't find you guys. And I want to get like a lot of more fan interaction, happen, like submit questions. Damn. And before each show, just have a week of just like showing these people's music, their videos, where they're from.
Damn.
And just really like,
yeah.
And it says almost like just, hey, I want to give free promotion to your art and your bands. And whether it's music, tattoo artists, painters, like I want to really bring like this art scene out.
Wow, that's really cool. So it's definitely way more than just like what it is right now with, because I have it up, the staymiserable.com, and you got like the 4 shirts and the amazing, the mask, which is brilliant. But that's really cool that I might have to get one because like I'm tired of just wearing like this mask that I have. But I think that's pretty cool. Bringing it into like this whole other world, just not even like now it'll be the merch side is kind of secondary, and the platform that you create with bringing, you know, all the local bands and tattoo artists and all creatives into one space is way more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, that's really cool. I dig that.
And especially too, like, you know, since we got home, like now all of our gear is just in storage. It's hard to really get it. And I kind of been wanting to challenge myself, like, what can I do besides put out, you know, tunes or music?
Yeah.
And, you know, cause like that's what people get to see me as for the most part. Mm-hmm. And like, I really want to do some just more stuff, just expand, evolve. And like, if I can create this thing and if people dig it and it snowballs into something huge, bigger, then it'd be cool to like to go on, like do this while on tour and like start talking to people like on the street, like maybe talk to fans and stuff like that. And
dude,
just really get involved and bring this scene together.
Oh yeah. Dude, that's awesome. I dig that idea. If there's anything I can ever do to help, please let me know. I mean, I don't know what I can do, but you know, whatever I can, let me know. I'm always down to help.
Oh, there's plenty. Like you're, like I mean, I love your pictures, your videos and stuff you do. So that'd be awesome. Like you can talk to kids on like how you got into it. Like, what do you think from starting off? I guess like just picking up a camera to shooting, you know, like in this moment.
Yeah.
On such like a grand. So like there's so much to get into. And like cool. I'm gonna write your name up on my list now too.
Right on, man.
But yeah, there's so much. And like, you know, like I always get asked you like, well, how do you guys get in the scene? Like, oh, I want to be a merch girl. Like, I don't know how to do that. And it'd be cool. Just like these are little steps.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, in a different way. I mean, I'm talking to many different kind of people. I mean, well, like what you're going to do for your Stay Miserable club. You know, that's kind of my podcast. It's like I'm talking to all these people where, you know, I want to learn more about them because I'm curious. But, you know, I just had a photographer on, Mike D'Amelia, and, you know, we kind of talked about how both of us got into touring and whatnot. And, all these different people I talk to, and like yourself, it's like, I'm sure I got some, questions here and there, but all about trying to figure out how they got into it out of curiosity. And someone who's listening might be like, oh shit, like that's how you did it. All right, well, I guess that's what I got to try and, emulate and do myself to crack into the scene or whatever it may be. So I definitely get what you're shooting at, and I dig it.
Yeah. And especially it's so cutthroat. And once you start getting into like this bigger thing, it's like, how much money are people putting behind you? It's like, I want to get back to these basics, like the essence of punk rock, which got me into music in general.
Shit. What's like, I don't necessarily listen to a lot of punk rock, but like just cause I'm always looking for new music, like spitballing, like what's like a few that I should check out?
Some of the bands that I really loved growing up, The Clash was one of my biggest favorite bands. Sure. I love them because they didn't have like that typical just punk rock sound. Like you listen to different albums and like you hear different influences. It's almost like a rebellion of sound, but still have like a political like way to think about something. And then they had like The Damned was super cool.
The Damned.
Because then you have Dave Vanian with his gothy look, before like goth really started to get a thing. And then Captain Sensible on the side just looks like this wacky furball. And just like their chaos, and then as The Damned progressed, they got really gothy and very like theatrical with their image, and just amazing band. And then like,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, go on.
No. Go on. I'll ask it after.
And then I got into bands like the Cramps, who had like this rockabilly style.
Okay.
To them, with the old vintage sound, but then when you watch them on stage, like luxe interior with like these skin tight, like leggings or leather pants and stuff, just on the ground, it's almost like this spectacle of just insanity. And there's something about like the rebellion that just really spoke to me.
Nice. So it's like kind of going off of what you just said, going like the rebellion kind of style and the goth sort of look. Is that kind of like drove you into your kind of own personal style? I feel like recently I've seen less of the onstage makeup and stuff, but is that kind of how you got into that, your own personal style, and made it your own, or was it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Just rebel against.
Like, it's funny because if you look at me now, you can totally see like, oh my God, he's definitely influenced by Paul Simon from The Clash, the dress shirts and like the leather jackets and stuff like that. But like all that music definitely influenced the style, especially like going to like the luxe of the Cramps and Dave Vanian of the Damned. You see like where the makeup stuff came from, and you're not exactly one style. You almost look at it and be like, well, is this goth? Well, no, it can't be goth because it's playing fast music and he's
right,
screaming about neat, and but just like, it almost like messes with your mind a bit, and I love those bands even in punk where like you look at think like, is this considered punk? I'm like, well, it's not spiky hair, leather jackets, and like I just love that rebellion against itself even,
Yeah, definitely. And then so going off of what I kind of mentioned, like I noticed maybe as far as, let's see, I believe we met when I was on that In This Moment tour. When was that? That was 2018, I think. 19? I don't know. 18 or 19.
Wow, already?
I think it was.
Yeah.
One of the two. I don't know. At that time, I think, well, actually, no, we met 2000. You were in the band like way back, like 2012 and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we won't go into it, but I was on that tour with Jeffree Star. And I think that's when we met.
Oh.
I totally spaced on that.
You're on that. Whoa.
Yeah. So I don't think we met. But, like, on tour, it's like you might not meet one person the entire time, but you've passed them, every day, like 10 times a day.
Yeah.
So, shit. Because I remember, I think back then, that was more like the, full-on makeup and stuff. But I think on that In This Moment tour, and then I think I saw you again at, was it Exit 111, I think? that festival?
I can't remember. That was at the catering, huh? When I just went up to you.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Banana Fosters.
Yeah.
I was pumped on that shit.
Oh my God.
Did you have that?
Dude, when they have good catering at festival, oh God, yeah, I had it. Dude. Absolutely.
That was
so good. That jambalaya that day.
Woo. Dude, oh, damn it, dude.
That's one thing I really miss about festivals, and Warped Tour especially too, is catering.
Oh, dude.
Oh my God, so good.
Dude, man, I ate like less than an hour ago, and I'm already hungry. Fuck. But going
I'm getting back there again.
Oh yeah. But going back to what I was gonna ask is like I kind of noticed that I see more of like I guess plain face or less makeup, and you still got that rocker, like I don't know what you'd call, the leather or the dress shirt, and super edgy and all that, but I've noticed kind of less of the face paint or makeup or the facial theatrics. Like is that kind of phased out, or is that just something with getting older you just don't want to do it, or maybe am I just like not seeing the photos or something?
For the band wise, yeah, I believe it's still getting like I actually didn't want to go that route, especially with this new album, because like the makeup, I remember I'm the one that really started bringing that in heavily. Like when I joined, we started getting more people who wanted to do that,
shit.
And it really felt more with the vibe of the albums, especially with Malevolence, which was coming out, which was getting darker and darker. And especially at that time too, like morale with the band internally and just individually was like at a very all-time low. And we really love to like live our art, and we wanted to look like that. We wanted to be every bit of as disgusting, as awful as we felt in the situations we were going through.
Yeah.
And stuff that we were going through is like we were label searching. I remember we were going to certain labels and like, yeah, we already have a female singer. We're like, what's that to do with anything? Like, we don't sound anything like your other band. Like, it's completely different music. Like, how many male singers do you have?
Yeah.
And it's almost like we felt like we were getting beaten down so much. And I know me personally, I used that aesthetic and that feeling in everything we did, like, with the makeup portrayal on stage. And granted, we still have like that same energy on stage, but this new album kind of has like this new life, and it's almost like a resurrection. Like before with Malevolence, we're like these kind of corpses on stage, but now like we have like this new life to it. So you see like the color in our skin.
Shit.
You actually see us. People actually found out I was Hispanic. Like, oh my God, he's brown, and which is kind of weird.
Oh my God.
But yeah, like on a personal thing, like I'll still wear makeup like on my own. Like sometimes if I go out, like I'll still keep myself. But for the most part, as along with the image of the band, it's really more so describing something that fits with the album and the emotion of the album.
Damn, that's
in the
cool.
same way like how Marilyn Manson does, although just not to that extent.
Yeah, that's sick. Okay, so I like that. It reflects the album and all that you just said. That's sick. I would have not have guessed that. I kind of just like in my head I was like, well, maybe as the years, as he gets older, maybe he's just like kind of grown out of it. But the fact that it's on your own, you still do it, but like it's reflecting off of each record.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So for me, growing up and growing out of stuff, that doesn't happen. I'm still buying Star Wars and Marvel toys, and I'm gonna be doing that till my 60s. Like I don't really plan on growing up or out of stuff too much.
Oh yeah.
Just enough to be a good person and go right there.
Yeah. Have you like gone out to like get your toilet paper and stuff and put some crazy makeup on or something to kind of like purposely get people to look at you and be like, oh shit, what is that? What does he have? Does he have coronavirus? What the fuck? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The other day, my mom and I, we went out to, do a Costco run. And this kind of like, it's just before like masks were getting like mandatory everywhere. But like, I kind of feel like everyone's getting like, it's starting to get really scared. So my mom has her mask. She even asked me if she wanted me to buy some. And at the time, I didn't think it was going to be anything. But nah. Then we went out. We have to have masks to go in places. Like, shit, I don't have a mask. What should I wear? So I had like, this studded leather jacket, this ripped up shirt. I probably just had like shorts and some Crocs on to really unmatch.
Oh,
yeah. I have like this full on proper Star Wars Stormtrooper helmet.
Yes.
That I wore the entire time walking to Costco. And the funniest thing was just watching all the people in line, like actually looking fearful at me. And like, I would just stare at them because they can't see me staring, but like just watching my kids behind like their dads going like, who's that? What's that?
Wait, really? Like
they were the Empire.
They were more scared?
Yeah, I was actually scared. Yeah.
I would have felt like people would be like, yeah, dude, that's it. That's what I would have done. If I saw you wearing that, I'd be like, damn, dude, you got the right idea.
Yeah, right? Especially when people putting like, tan tops in their hoodie and closing that up. Like, come on, this is rad.
Yeah,
and you got some pop culture.
I think that should be like, if anyone's listening and you have like a Stormtrooper helmet or something, just start rocking that shit. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that's way cooler. Maybe give someone a smile. Well, actually, the kids might cry, but maybe you'll give some adult some sense of joy when they're standing in the longest line of their life.
We got some good. Maybe I'll start mixing it up. Maybe pull out Ant-Man or like do a Vader helmet.
Shit. Okay.
Depending on how I'm feeling the day of the week.
So you got like a bunch of those helmets then?
Like I said, I'm not growing up anytime soon.
Oh, I'm kind of jealous. I want one. Damn. I want the, they have, I think it's like the same Stormtrooper one, but it's not white. It's like just like straight shiny chrome.
Ooh, like Phasma?
I don't know names. Like, I think it's just like straight chrome. Like,
yeah, that's Captain Phasma. That would be a sick one to have too.
Yeah, I mean, I've always, growing up, I like Star Wars and all of this stuff, but it's like, I haven't seen it in a while, so it's like, I'm not diehard. Like, I don't know certain names and stuff, but like, I loved it growing up. I thought that was like the craziest shit ever.
Oh yeah, same. That like Marvel is what I grew up like mostly as a kid. But just to see this now on like such a grand scale and see these amazing movies and these awesome toys now with like kick-ass quality, it's like the coolest thing. It's like my childhood dream now.
Well, so I guess that makes more sense on why you'd be more drawn to going to Disneyland is the one in Southern California, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
with the Star Wars land.
Okay. I could see why you'd be drawn like more towards it than me, because growing up, I would watch Star Wars when it came out, and then I wouldn't watch it for however long. Same with the Marvel stuff. But now I am a little bit more. So maybe in a few years, I'll go back down to Disneyland, and maybe I'll get it better.
just holler at your boy, man. We'll show you the ropes,
dude.
Show you how to get it done right.
And I think another reason why. I mean, the only times I've really been there, I've been a couple times, once or twice. One in Florida on tour, and then I think I've been once to the Southern California one. But most of the times, it was when I'm on a tour and we play the House of Blues there. So like,
you don't
really have much time to do shit. So like, maybe I just never.
Yeah, you don't really get to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
You always have work in the back of your head, like, oh.
Yeah, like
now, like as an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like now, as an adult going to Disneyland, like when you're younger, it's cool. You got that mystique, that magic.
Mm-hmm.
As you get older, like in your teens, you start bringing your girlfriend there. Haunted Mansion, like the kissy ride, which also becomes really cool. And then now that with Downtown Disney open and you're able to have adult beverages, a few adult beverages before some rides,
right?
It's super rad.
Yeah, dude. So I gotta make sure next time I'm down there and I one can afford it, because I mean, who knows where I'm gonna be when all this is done. But I'll have to hit you up, because I'm definitely not gonna go on my own, because I'll probably just do the whole experience wrong and probably not like it at all. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's different by yourself. And then like if you go on your own, you get the single rider pass, you can skip all the lines.
Ooh, okay. See, that's something I would definitely have to do. I really don't think I would be able to, do the whole experience right, standing in line waiting. I would lose my mind, dude.
Oh yeah, that's the worst thing in the world. It's almost worse than traffic itself.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sign me up for that pass.
Yeah, right. The awful T word.
Yeah, dude. So just because I had like your shop thing open and then your Instagram, I did see something that I've been seeing separately besides on your Instagram is this Liquid Death company. I got some questions. Like, what is it? Just water?
Yeah. So it's just spring water. So Blasco, who bass player Ozzy, Black Label, and all that was his company. That's how we got introduced to it.
Oh, okay.
And so it's pretty much spring water in an aluminum can in hopes to decrease the use of plastic and plastic waste.
Oh, okay.
And one of my biggest things about it is because, like me being a punk rock kid and very like into politics.
Yeah.
One big reason why I like to support them is because like a lot of companies like Nestle are actually fighting to have water privatized.
Oh.
And so I would rather have people spend their money on companies who, aren't trying to hog up all the water supply for the entire human race.
Damn. Well, yeah, that's cool. I see you have is your promo code still active?
Yeah. So right now, the promo code is Stay Miserable. It's really a one-time use. And so if, in case you use it and you need another one, my buddy Ace Vaughn Johnson, who does another code, has another one. So we got 2 discounts for you.
Sick. Damn. Yeah, I just figured, hey, dope plug,
Yeah.
But the reason
I love it.
Yeah, the reason I ask is because at my my local, it's called Zanato's, my local grocery market. Besides the Safeway, it's a little bit more upscale, but they placed it next to, like you can buy the cases of beer and stuff like that. But then some stores have like the single bottles and cans and stuff like that, and they had it with the beer. Mm. And there's a whole other section for, the LaCroix and all this other, beverages, Gatorade, Red Bull, all this other shit. But these were placed, the Liquid Death was placed with the beers. So I was like, kind of like, I must have looked at both of the black can and the white can, like I read every single word on there. Cause to me, I'm like, Liquid Death. Oh, this is for sure got to be like some 12% just destruction in a can, like some OG Four Loko shit, but then it just says, the black one I think is sparkling water and the other one's just regular mountain water. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So I was so thrown off because it was in the wrong section, but I got to try it.
I wonder if they even know that it's not alcohol.
They honestly probably don't. They probably just saw Liquid Death. Okay. Yeah. It's for sure booze.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. Just said it by the Jack Daniel. It's funny too. Cause like, one of the big things I love about that water is that it reminds me of Tour and like the aluminum cans when you get like the water. Open it up thinking it's going to be an energy drink and you got water. And like, it just reminds me of that. And I love it even more.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it cut out for a second, unless you just ended on that. I think it just cut out for a second. I'm not sure.
Okay. I'll just say it again. Like, the thing with it that I love the aluminum cans. It reminds me of Tour.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, I did hear that. I think after I just like went real quiet, so I didn't know if it cut out or not. So my bad. Yeah. I heard that. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Right
on. Let's see here. So I guess like being at home, you're doing the Stay Miserable Club and whatnot. Are you just, screwing around on the guitar or like writing stuff, or is that kind of secondary and not doing much of that, or any?
It's actually kind of been a little secondary, and I kind of almost wanted to hit myself after saying that, just because. One of the big things was like after tour, I usually like put all the instruments away for like a week or two, kind of just like decompress, live it up, kind of like, recharge the batteries. And then, but when I did that here, instead of picking up the guitar, my mind just started jumping to all these things. Cause like, just in a way, just to, I don't know, I don't want to say like keep myself relative or anything, but just to do something fun. And I kind of want to use this as a way to challenge myself into thinking, what else can I do besides just music? I don't have equipment. to properly record. I pretty much just have an acoustic.
Oh, okay.
So every now and then I'll get down on some tunes. I was like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to start like a little country outlaw band that's just like acoustic, maybe like folk punk or something like that. I mean, I'm like, that'd be cool. And then like just ideas start just formulating. I'm like one of these people that get very obsessive, and I don't want to say insane about it, but like I'll start like just pacing around the house, just like thinking. And like, you know, I'll sit there like on my notes on my phone writing stuff down, and with a paper in the back, because for some reason a pen on paper feels really good.
Oh, 100%.
And then yeah, and then like I'll just drive myself crazy in the house, and I have to go for a walk, and I'm just like, you know, music in my ears, just constantly bouncing ideas. And like I'll be texting like other people, just like, hey, what do you think of this? Like, is this too crazy?
And they're like, yeah, dude, you're nuts.
Yeah. And so once they say yes, that it's too crazy, of course it goes in the yes file. This is what you're doing.
Yeah, dude, for sure. You don't toss those out. That just means that they think it's too crazy for anyone to do, but it's still sick.
Exactly.
For sure.
I mean, a yes is a yes either way, you know, whether it's too crazy or if I should do this.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Fuck. I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but how long do you think this shit's gonna go on for?
To be honest, I don't know. I like, you know, when this first started coming up, you have all this information, and now we're kind of just getting this disinformation, and like,
all right.
I feel like we're being told things, but we're not being told everything. There's all these people coming out saying that this is what's really going on over here, and then you watch the news like, no, it's not that, but then you watch people talking about things, and it's really hard to like pick out what you believe. You know, you have the president now going against like the World Health Organization, and Bill Gates is like, well, you shouldn't stop funding the World Health Organization. Like, I was like, IBM guy, why are we listening to you? You're talking about depopulation and pandemics years before this pandemic.
Right.
But then you got Trump talking about injecting disinfectants, but I mean, most
That's
vaccines
wild.
have disinfectants anyway. So like, is he really, you know, like it's crazy to think, and I'm certain, and like, there's just so much of like, I almost got to like remove myself from it until like there's actual some substantial information that we all know to be true. Other than that, I'm like, I don't think these people really know what they're talking about, or they're not telling us the whole thing.
Yeah, I can kind of agree. I don't really necessarily watch the news at all. I mean, I'm not like, you know, every day going on and seeing what's new. I'm kind of just like, I'm on furlough from work. I don't know when I'm going back. I have nothing to do besides the podcast, ride my bike, drink beer, and try and be creative. So it's like, until I see something that for sure is like, and set in stone, which is almost even like, even if something was coming out in the news that is like, this is set in stone, I don't know, they would never say that directly, but then it's like, you still can't really tell if it's real or not. Like, so I don't know. Like, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know when it's going to end. And even when it does end, you know, this next month, I probably still will be a little weary for another couple of weeks, just out of caution, you know, going back to work and stuff like that. So it's like, who really knows?
Absolutely.
But I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, because we can all have like our thoughts and our beliefs on it, but whether what's really out there or not, like it doesn't matter what you believe or not. So of course, like I'm still going to take my precautions and be safe, just because.
Oh yeah.
I'm sometimes just a wacky paranoid about everything, but it's just one of the biggest things. It's like nobody's ever experienced something like this in their lives, you know, and it's crazy to actually see it, and especially with like our social media, where we can still talk to each other and and put out our information and like our experiences. So it's very cool to see that, and it's very cool to see these people like rising up and still doing something creative, and in a sense, not just, I don't know, just being locked in cages.
Yeah, right. Just like
that would be the home,
down.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I am like in a kind of far off way. I am totally taking advantage of not having to go to work for a long time.
Oh yeah, same here.
Very much so.
If you have Netflix, I don't know if you do, or whoever's listening, if you have Netflix, I watched it not last night, night before. there's usually a show on there called, I think, just Explained, and they have different episodes, but they have a special one that is just Coronavirus Explained. That's what it's called. And I think it's like,
yeah, I just saw it. Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it, but like I saw it being advertised.
It's pretty cool. I mean, there's some stuff that I didn't really know. And then it just goes pretty good in depth about it. And I thought it was pretty cool. I was hoping that there was more, actually. There's only one episode. I don't know if they're going to update it, but I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm interested in watching it, especially after seeing Bill Gates on there. I'm really interested in seeing like what's being said.
Yeah, I might have to watch it again.
Pay extra attention to that. Yeah, absolutely. I would pay extra attention to what people are saying, especially how they say it in these kind of like situations.
Yeah. So I guess going off, and you mentioned it, like, so going to the Trump thing real quick with the disinfectant, you mentioned that some things already have some sort of disinfectant or whatever. So I guess
that like a lot of like vaccines already have stuff like that. Like there's actually formaldehyde in vaccines.
Ooh. And so that's definitely something that, like, of course, I mean, I didn't really know that. I mean, when you say that, it does make kind of sense, but like it's taken like so out of like the actual, what's the way to say this? Like the realness of it. People think, well, and me too. I'm thinking like straight up like disinfectant that I'm going to use for my countertop or something, like, yeah. So like, that's definitely like when people, say stuff, and well,
I kind of felt bad because I already, it really doesn't help out him. And the way he says it too.
Yeah.
So I remember I watched that thing a couple of times. He was like, yeah, we have to get medical doctors on this. I was like, oh shit, medical doctors? I would have never thought of that for virus or sick people, but hey, go you, bud.
Oh man. Yeah. Right. What a time.
That cracked me up.
What a time to be alive.
It's absolutely crazy. Like I still talk, like whenever like someone says like, how are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm good. Like the fact that like I'm healthy, my friends and family are healthy, alive, doing well. Like I can't complain. Another day above ground's a good day. But dang, it's a weird world we're living in right now.
Yeah,
it is weird. Like people are showing like their real colors. It's crazy to see.
Yeah, dude. My Twitter is insane. Like, I mean, like social media is popping. It's doing all right. My Twitter is going crazy. It's just crazy. Like, wow, I said crazy so many times right there. I'm just
crazy.
Saying, yeah. I mean, Instagram I think is staying the same. A lot of Carol Baskin shit. But my Twitter, there's just like so much stuff on there. Like I haven't really followed more people, but I've noticed that some of the people that I have followed, they're starting to tweet like the most random shit where I'm like, how does that even make sense? Like, does this even apply to the world that we live in? Like, what? Like, it's just so crazy. And like, and that's just Twitter. Like, I wonder what people are saying, like doing in real life. Like, I'm staying kind of sane, but like, there's some days where I'm like, holy shit. Like, what if I need to do something? Like, I'm going to lose my damn mind. Like, but I'm not going to tweet about it.
Nope. Nope.
I don't know.
And that's the thing too, because I mean, like, especially too with everybody has an opinion, and everybody wants you to hear their opinion.
Oh yeah.
It's sometimes really hard just to say something without being like, well, they said that, right? That's what you meant to say. Like, oh, Jesus, just how about I not say anything?
Yeah. Sometimes it's better to just observe other people's shit, or just not at all.
Yeah.
Just shut down the phone sometimes. But then again, it's like, well,
every now and then. Yeah. Every now and then on mine, I'll try to put like some kind of awareness of what's going on with these situations, but only things that like are facts. Like I'm not going to come out with like some conspiracy theories, but like one thing I just recently did was about the PPP program, was like the personal paycheck program that was like designed to help small businesses. And, Congress passed, I think it was like $360 or $380 billion that had loopholes for big businesses, and big businesses took most of that money.
Of course.
And then I started seeing around in Orange County, people were showing me like some of our restaurants are shutting down. I'm like, oh, well, if we had that, but then again, like, I don't know if that's what it was. Maybe they closed down on their own.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see the next day, after a lot of companies were so upset, that they passed another $480 billion thing with the same loopholes for big businesses.
Damn, dude.
And I'm kind of thinking like, come the fuck on, guys. Like, this was made for small businesses.
Yeah,
I just like to put stuff like that out there that's actually happening.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
just to have like a little minor awareness for smaller companies, and maybe just like support smaller companies. And while you're at it, buy a Stay Miserable shirt.
Yeah, buy a Stay Miserable shirt, you know, and then go to, you know, get your mask or your shirt, and then go to those restaurants and order those to-go margaritas and, you know, burgers and shit like that. Like, there's a, I believe it's called Clark's Burgers. It's somewhere here. I'm in Northern California, and I think it's been here for, oh geez, maybe like 70 years, but I think maybe last month or something like that, it closed down. Like, they just couldn't pay rent or something like that. And I'm like, I think there's a few others that, like, long time, you know, family run businesses like that. They're shutting down. But, like, just for an example, the burger place, Clark's, it's like, man, like, how can you actually let, you know, something like that where they've been here for so long, like 70 years, like, damn, like,
that's a long time.
Like, how do you, like, they're like ingrained, like, in the DNA of that, you know, city. I forget which city it's in, but it's almost to the point where it's like, you feel, I mean, you're really bummed for that small business, but, like, at the same time, you're like looking at the landlord. I know they got to make their money and stuff, but it's like, man, like, maybe just put a hold on it. Like, give them a break, right? Like,
yeah,
it's really sad. Like, so I hope things kind of, you know, if this gets carried on longer, you know, the plans that you mentioned, they close those loopholes and stuff like that. So, you know, the small businesses can, you know, not get shut down. Cause I mean, there's a lot out there that have, you know, some history. So hopefully
some history along with the community. Like, these are like special places, like just especially for me, like my place that closed down, like, since we moved to California, like, that's been the place that, like, we always went to. Before tour, that would be the place we always go have, like, our goodbye dinner at. You know, if I had a birthday, that's where I would go.
Damn.
You know, but, like, then again, like, I don't know if that's why it closed. You know, it's just one of the things like this. This is what could be happening.
Damn. Well,
it's just sad to see, you know.
In a way, let's hope that it wasn't due to, you know, the shutdown and due to coronavirus, and maybe it was just their time to, like, hey, like, let's close up shop. Just a peace of mind, hopefully. But, you know, I mean, I think
it's one great thing we can take from all this. Let's keep the to-go margaritas going. Let's just
I think Chili's does that. I'm not sure.
Chili's, I know a bunch of places are doing it. Like, I know Ashwinko helped out one of like our French places that they have out here that was doing, like, you know, to-go drinks. And so she'll go help out, you know, personally, and, like, volunteer and do that, which is, I always thought was so cool.
That is really cool.
And she's like, you want to come? I've usually been busy, like, coming up with all these ideas and working the shop and stuff like that. I haven't been able to go, but like, I wanted, I'm like, oh, dang, I'm so good right now. Just a to-go drink or 8, you know?
I might
keeping freedom alive.
I think there's a place kind of close by that is doing to-go margaritas. I might have to go do that after this. Damn, that sounds
If I'm not mistaken, that is why George Washington's fist fought the Nazis, was so that America could have to-go beverages.
I don't dispute that. I'm with it.
The facts may not be entirely 100%, but you get the story. It's there.
It's there. It's good enough. You know, like, you know.
Daily Bugle.
Oh, yes, dude. So, was there, I mean, like, kind of switch a little bit of just gears slightly. Let's see. So you guys got back from, was it, you said a Europe tour, right? Right at the beginning of all this. Europe, right? Yeah. So was there any tours that were going to happen like this year that got canceled, or?
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer because like right now it's like I think it's supposed to be the festival circuit. So we had like some headliners like along the way to the festivals. We had a bunch of festivals happening right now. Some of them with Metallica was playing, like Ghost of Name playing. There's so many like Deftones. Like a couple of days after we got back from, this is going to be the big bummer to a lot of fans when I say this one, but after the European tour, we were going to be home for like 3 or 4 days. And then we were flying out to Australia for the Download Festival, which the My Chemical Romance reunion was. And of course, we were all so excited, like, oh, this could be insane to see this. And then all of that got canceled.
Fuck. So it's like canceled.
So My Chem, Metallica. As far as I know, yeah. Like I haven't been keeping up too much of what's been going on.
Yeah,
I know Earth Day Birthday is planning on opening back up in September, but most other things I haven't really heard. And then we have like a small East Coast tour with our homies in Hailstorm.
Oh, okay, sick.
But
so it seems like most of that will get kind of picked back up whenever this crazy shit.
Yeah, whenever the world opens up.
Yeah, probably.
I've kind of just been.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You're good.
I was going to say, I've kind of just been in the meantime, just not so much focused on that. Like maybe like the first couple of weeks, I was trying to just like not pay attention to it. Just playing PlayStation, getting lost in Overwatch and Elder Scrolls until my eyes bled.
Yeah,
but like. Just trying to use this to get my head in like a broader game, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think Live Nation said something about like fall, like 2021. So, I mean, that seems pretty damn far away. So hopefully it's before that, because I think if people don't get their music, there's going to be some riots and shit.
There's already a lot of protests going on right now, which is pretty crazy to see. So it's insane. I'm interested. I can't wait to see what happens. Yeah. And I can't wait to get back out there because your boy needs to stomp some stages. Dude. My guitars aren't being hit by anything.
Okay.
Like, they're just sitting there.
I literally have something written down here. How long? I didn't write like a lot of questions. Like there's just some like more of just like vague points, but like, How long have you been punching guitars for? And to follow up with that, have you like actually kind of seriously hurt yourself by punching it or slapping it or whatever?
I love this question. Okay, so as far as I know, like the moment I've gotten on stage, I've always had. It was either like, I think it started off with just complete nervousness of just like being overly energetic. And I've always kind of had that. And I remember it started to get more violent. I joined this band called Sexual Harassment.
Okay. All right.
And me and the it was more so like it wasn't actual real sexual. It was more so like the sound, it was very
yeah.
It was punk, but it was like sensual. I always like explain that, but it was still like, wait. I'll continue. But like the front man was this guy Randy Madden, and just to me, like I thought like one of the most chaotic artists, and it was so amazing just to watch this guy. Like if you just watch him do karaoke on his own, like you wouldn't be able to take his eyes off of it. Like he was mesmerizing, but it was insane at the same time. And once we start like I joined that band, I was playing with them, and like we just like the onstage antics got crazier and crazier. That I remember he would take TVs and like on stage and like smash them on the stage, like take an axe and just like it got wild. And then like sometimes he would just grab me and like throw me like on the floor across the stage. And me being like this kind of like this guitarist, like you have to be in time, you have to keep your rhythm. That was my main focus. So I remember I'd start practicing, just anytime I practiced, I would just start swinging my guitar around. And so now it got to the point that if I'm just playing the guitar, just standing still, it just seems so weird. So like, Now it's like this explosion of excitement. I could throw my guitar around and still like, I don't know, like hit the right notes and stuff.
Yeah, still play.
You know? yeah. You can't win them all the time. You know, sometimes you get a bad one in there,
but I mean,
but
sorry, but like going off of that, when you're saying like, you know, sometimes you hit a bad note, but I feel like to me, that's kind of like what, you know, live concerts are about. Like, you don't want to like just watch like a perfect record being played. You want to have
exactly
that spice, whether that is a missed note or something like that. I think that, I mean, fuck it, miss a note, who gives a shit? Like, rock out.
Absolutely. Jimmy Page did it, Ace Frehley did it, they all did it, you know, like it happens. And then it adds, like, exactly how you said, like, and that's one thing I've always loved about, like, when we would like create the set for this band, is like we always want to do something different. So you're not just watching the CD play out for you, you know, like
exactly
things are going to happen, you know, and like we want to give you the show. And especially too, that's what brought like this extra energy, and that's what it started to become more with the New Year's Day show. It's because we want to give you a show. We want to give you a reason to come see us play, rather than, because if not, I mean, just stay home and listen to the album. Save you money.
Yeah. Right.
Drinks are a lot cheaper.
That's for damn sure.
And then no one's going to pat you down and tell you to throw away your cigarettes or what else you're trying to bring. Like,
exactly. Yeah. Right. Then, so going off of that real quick, like, have you, like, I'm sure you've done some damage to your hand, knuckles, or finger, you know, like anything noteworthy that you've done, like from just hitting your camera or not? She's not camera. I'm always thinking about guitar. Jeez.
Camera's on the brain.
How did that even get in my mind? I don't have a camera in sight. Oh my goodness. But guitar, yeah, hitting
the brain's got camera.
Yeah.
Nothing serious, but like I'll wake up the next day with my legs just bruised up from like taking the guitars and like slamming them on my leg. Hitting the bridge of the guitar sometimes, because sometimes I'll just like punch the string. Woo. And like it'll cut up my hand, and every now and then like you'll just see some blood dripping.
Yeah.
But then like you have so much adrenaline, like you don't feel it at all, like on stage. Maybe about an hour after you might feel a little sting.
Yeah.
But then, you know, always just to add to the show of something, you know, and I always like I've always been one of those people, like if you trip, you know, like I'm not gonna like try to play it off. So if I see that like I'm bleeding, I'll make a smile on my face. I'll totally Joaquin Phoenix that, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'll do anything just to really like accentuate it.
Oh, shit. I was totally expecting like, yeah, I broke my finger like 5 times, and you know, but I guess not.
Crazy thing, I've never broken a bone. I've been kind of Superman about it.
Shit.
But however, one I did get to break something is I think we were playing our cover of Pantera's Hostile, and it was like this outdoor like this fair. We were playing with like Meshuggah and Hailstorm. And so we were playing this song, and like during like the middle of it, I just felt the energy. The crowd was awesome. And I was just taking the guitar and just slamming it against like my leg, you know, for the end, you know, just like really bringing Pantera. And, you know, the song ends and we start the next song, and I go to do this lead, and I'm like, why is it not playing? You know, like I'm listening in my ears, I don't hear anything. And I look at my guitar, and the neck is like snapped in half.
Oh shit.
With like the wood touching the strings. And I look back at my guy, I was like, oh my God, look, I finally did it. And I was so excited that it broke. Not to mention this was like the last guitar like this too. So like there's no way I can get this kind of model back. Shit. But I was like, it broke. No. This is awesome. I did it. I was like, and he's like freaking out. I was like, what do you want me to do? I was like, give me another guitar. Open up a beer. Let's celebrate. And you know, the song's still playing. So I had to do this real fast.
Yeah. Dude, that's hilarious. I wish that was on video somewhere.
I felt so good. Yeah.
Dude. Dude, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah. But I mean, that guitar lasted, I think I got that guitar in like 2012. So it lasted about 8 years. So go ahead, Schecter with that quality.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You got some good use out of that for sure.
Oh yeah.
And, for like these podcasts, I usually do like, you know, whether it's a photo or something like that to post about it. I found, I forget where we were. It was on the In This Moment tour. I think we were playing at like, it was outdoors. It was like somewhere at Haraz, the casino or something. I put together a little tiny clip of you just kind of bashing your hand on your guitar and shit. So and put some text over it. So I'll make sure to send that to you, whether you want to.
Oh, please.
It or
yeah, that way I can post it up. And absolutely.
Let's see. I did notice. I mean, kind of close this out a little bit, but congrats on that Unbreakable album. I think 1 year is yesterday, right?
Yeah. Thanks so much, man. Yeah, 1 year. It's so crazy. Like that time just insanely flew by. Like I didn't know it was 1 year, and like kids were posting up. I was like, oh my god, has it really been?
Right. Damn. Time.
You know, especially thinking too, like the last time like we toured, I was like, wow, that was really 2018. I was like, oh my god, like time's flying. Am I still in my 20s? Am I still a teenager? Or is that done?
I don't know, man. You tell me. I like to think I'm still a teenager, but But yeah, dude, I mean, while I was on the In This Moment tour, I listened to you guys live, like watching you guys play and stuff like that. But I never like full on, like, you know, maybe when you guys release a music video or something, I'll you know, check it out and stuff like that. But I never fully listened to any of the albums front to back. But I did. Well, the night that I texted you asking if you wanted to be on, I listened to the new one, Unbreakable, front to back, and dude, it's a banger, dude. I mean, I love the title track. That's my favorite, but the whole thing is an absolute banger. It's heavy as fuck, dude.
Thanks, man. I'm
heavy.
So proud of that album and like the different things that, you know, Ash wanted to try. And I remember too, even going with Shut Up, and Shut Up is one of my favorite songs. I remember when she was first like talking about the idea, and when we were first working on it, like I was not about it. And I did one of those things at the end, like, but like I'm one of those people like it's hard for me to see the final picture.
Yeah.
You know, like I can only see things baby steps. So as she's describing it to me, I'm like, I don't know. Like, hey, go ahead, prove me wrong.
Go for it.
Like,
yeah.
I gotta fight it. And then when we finished the song, I remember listening to it, and she's like, "You hate it, huh?" I was like, "Oh my god, I love it!
Yes.
I love it." She's like, "Really?" I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, awesome. I got a fork, I got some tapatio, you know, I got some hot sauce and chips, and I ate my words. You know, just Uh-huh. That was my bad. That was me. I stand corrected. You know.
Oh yeah, but I mean, the entire album is great, and I mean, Ash does a great job, and I don't know any of the other members too well, but I mean, it's an incredible record, and I mean, it's heavy too. I wasn't expecting it to be like that heavy. I was like, fuck yeah, laying down, like listening to it, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I could work out of this shit. Like, it's
yeah, right. Man. Thank you so much, man.
Of course.
I remember like when we were first like listening to the mixes. That's exactly what I did too. Got my headphones, went to all Planet Fitness, and I was like, dude, I can really get down on this. Like, all right, I'm feeling it.
Right. That's I think. Good,
it's so weird. Like
good test workout.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, no matter what, like when you got your music and stuff like that, you're always like, oh, things are really gonna like it. Like, is it cool this time? Like, am I too wacky? And then, you know, we go on and the feedback we get, and still even a year later, just to see the I don't know, I guess the distance it went, the impact it made on people.
Yeah.
You know, it's really like, it's like the most humbling thing. It's like when you first pick up a guitar, you're like, yeah, you get all the chicks, all the money, but then you start hearing stuff like this. It's like, this is what it's about, you know. This is the real reason why we do this, and like it's the coolest reward.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm stoked for all y'all. It's like I said, it's a banger. So if any of you out there haven't listened to it, make sure to slap that shit loud.
Loud. Go comment on our stuff. Let us know what's your favorite song. That way we can start playing it. You know, like once the world opens up again. But hey, we start learning now.
Well, dude, we're almost to an hour. Is there any last things you'd like to say? Where you want people to kind of, where you know, direct them on socials and whatnot?
Absolutely. So, me personally, I'm we're heavy on Instagram and that stuff. We like the visual socials.
Mm-hmm.
So you can follow me. I'm at Nikki Misery, at Nikki Misery. New Year's Day is at NYD Rock. You can tell with the little blue checks. Ash Costello is another one who's very, very media friendly. She loves like responding to people, talking to everybody. And then also, the Instagram Stay Miserable Club is where I have my shirts, and it's going to be a lot of new information of all the stuff coming out.
Right on.
And then the webpage is staymiserable.com.
Sick.
It's pretty easy.
And
pretty good.
If anyone missed it, I put the links in the show notes and stuff so people can just go and go clicky.
Yeah.
Like
I said, we got like a lot more stuff coming up. Like we're trying to make this a bigger thing than just clothes and my face, like and that's one thing, like I know I have one shirt with my face, but one thing I really want to do is make it more like a lifestyle rather than buy the shirt from the guitar player of the band.
Exactly.
So really trying to make something broader, cooler, and to get everybody like really involved in on it.
Oh yeah. And I mean, the idea is that you were, kind of telling me earlier in the podcast, like, it definitely does step in that direction 100%. So I'm personally stoked to see all the people and stuff that join it and the stuff you put out with it.
I'm excited, man. I can't wait.
Well, shit, dude. I mean, I got anything else? I mean, I think we're pretty solid. I mean,
pretty good. I just did my laundry, man, so I'm golden.
Ew, shit. I think I'm
I got clean sheets, clean clothes.
Damn.
I'm living.
You're straight just killing it at this quarantine thing, man.
Yeah, I'm living that cute teen life.
Hey. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna get this exported. I'll probably put this up today, and I might go get me a beer or a margarita or something. I don't know, but something tasty.
It all sounds good, man.
Well, shit, right on, man. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join me on the podcast and stuff. And it was definitely great to talk more than 5 minutes at catering and whatnot. So appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Hey, thank you so much for having me. Thanks for thinking of me to be on this. Anytime. I love doing stuff like this. Just chatting, talking, anything we could do.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then just like support friends, support people in this industry, and especially at these times right now, supporting each other is the only way that we can get, next step. And
exactly, yeah. And
any way I could be a part of it and help, I'm about it.
Right on. Well, thanks again, man. I appreciate it, Nikki.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.